Hi Taurus, this is your February 2015 horoscope with me, Lada from astrolada.com, where you can find out your ascendant, sun and moon sign and listen at least to the ascendant sign prediction. Everyone checks their sun sign prediction because everyone knows their sun sign, but it's a good idea to check also your ascendant sign if you know your exact time of birth within 10-15 minutes. And from the planetary detail table, you can see what your ascendant sign is, the degree, because I often mention degrees as well in my videos. And at my website, you can also find lots of psychics that are available 24/7 and astrologers, which I've personally picked from around the world. I follow their work. I've had readings with them, and I can guarantee personally for them. So anyway, what does February hold for you? Taurus. It's a relatively peaceful month. There are no astrological storms happening in the sky. It's more of a month of arranging something, continuing to arrange something that you probably started arranging from January, because the Sun and Mercury are in your 10th house of career and social status. So work, career, profession, so quite a few Tauruses might be, if they started some process, especially in January when Mercury went into the 10th house and it started going backwards and forward, now in February they might start, they're still arranging something to do with their career, with something to do with their work. It's also a good time for manifesting, for ending, for completing certain projects, for getting projects to move ahead as well, because Mercury is the planet of the organizer, is the planet of the practical skills. So certain projects that you have in career that you are organizing continue to, and you're required to use a lot of practical skills, the communicating abilities, or any kind of documents and papers. It's also Mercury. You're able to start, especially from the middle of February when Mercury turns forwards, moving back forward. If there was some delays with those work and business arrangements and things and responsibilities and projects you are running, they'll start moving forward. They start giving the results now. It was required more work from you, more attention to detail in regards to career and in regards to how you present your social image, but these will pay off. And it's particularly auspicious month in February for those of you who work in any kind of careers connected to communication, to information, connected to any kind of presentations, to any kind of skills, teaching skills or using any skills, any kind of Mercury rules, advertising, writing, management. So many white-collar jobs that require the left brain, the rational brain, and the skills and organizational skills. This is what Mercury is. Any kind of people who are involved in such careers now, it's busy months to arrange such matters, and they especially start giving results and moving forward from around the middle of February when Mercury turns direct. So the extra effort that was required for you starts kind of paying from the middle of February. You start seeing it, and maybe you'll fully feel the results in March, when Mercury is fully moved away from the sign, you start seeing the results. So yeah, very important month for work. Those of you who are looking for work, especially if your ascendant is in Taurus, they might find a job now. They might sign contract. They might have a few interviews that go well. Anyone who has to make presentations, who has to do some speaking and communications, they have like a more busy month in that area. Or any projects which are connected to mercurial tasks that I mentioned already. These will be very happening this month, and you kind of have a chance to shine also, to start some new projects as well, because the Sun goes into your 10th house of career and achievements. And then when the Sun is there, it revitalizes, renews the energies of, the energies of this house, which for you is career, which is authority. And you might start planning you might get new plans or new projects that you might get an idea for, and you might be working for the next 12 months as well. There is a lot of focus on recognition, social status, being somehow in the visible. Your actions have long-lasting consequences right now, what you do in February, long-lasting repercussions. So be active now. It is important to be active, organize things, do stuff, and especially in regards to things that will influence your career, your social standing, because you'll get very good results. Another thing that is happening, the two planets of desire, Venus and Mars, are in your 11th house. When the two planets, Venus is the planet, Mars is the planet of hunger, something we hunger for, something that we desire very strongly. But Venus is also there with Mars, and the things that you hunger for now in February might be social contacts, because the 11th house is groups of people, it's friendships, it's having social engagements in some way, maybe going, seeing friends, spending time with them, maybe needing more recognition from equal people, from your friends, from your social group. You're longing for this. You're hungering for this. This is Mars, hungering. But Venus is also there, and Venus is the planet of satiation. So there is this hunger, but Venus makes sure that you kind of are able to also satiate this hunger. So you might have, some lovely moments, strong desire to connect to friends, to like-minded people, but also ability to satiate these desires as well. And some very exciting, pleasurable, because both planets are connected to pleasure in some way, pleasurable, exciting moments in the company of friends with like-minded people, groups of people, so it gets more active in February, especially the first 20 days of February. 11th house also rules investments, where we invest our money, and actually returns from investments. And two planets so strongly triggering your house of investment. Some of you might see certain investments on money they put before somewhere, So a certain payback. There is a possibility of a certain payback from investments that you've made. And let's see. And also 11th house rules hopes and wishes. So there is like a hunger that's awakened for you in February, a little bit more of an ambitious hunger to fulfill, to be active, to fulfill your hopes and wishes. And because Venus also comes into your 11th house, you come a step closer to doing this. And these are long-term plans and goals. This is not hope and wish, I want to eat chocolate, not hope and wish like that. I'm talking long-term life hopes and wishes. Maybe you want to be one of the best astrologers, so maybe you have a long-term goals and wish to, live in an island somewhere, have your own business. So now in February, when those two planets of desire, and Mars is planet of action as well, and Venus is the planet of fulfilling those desires, is in your 11th house, then you might come a step closer. I'm not saying that now you'll fully fulfill your goal and wish, but you can come a step closer to doing that. Okay, something interesting, let's say. The first, around the 6th of February, the Sun in your 10th house of career is opposed by Jupiter in your 4th house of family. So they can be a little bit more of a tension that happens around the 6th, maybe a couple of days before, a couple of days after, which are connected to you having to fulfill your worldly responsibilities, but also you having to make balance between personal family, which is 4th house family, and also career. So there might be some tension, or there might be certain tension with authority figures around those days, and you might feel like doing more risky actions, like try to, if you have to make some very important decisions about work, about career, or about family life, because both planets represent those things in your houses of family and career, try not to be overly optimistic, not to be overly expectant. Do the actions that are necessary, but try to keep it a bit more moderate, because those two planets make a little bit too much of a fire, a little bit too much of a expectations, too much idealistic views, too much can become a little bit unrealistic, but you can balance it. Don't worry, it's nothing that is lasting long in any way. So this is what's important for you. I don't actually even have specific days to tell for Taurus, because no one is you know, none of the body planets are affecting Taurus directly, like Saturn is away from Scorpio, which was affecting you for the past 2 years. So you kind of, things are really starting to look up for a lot of Tauruses. It's easier energy. You're focused on career, fulfilling responsibilities, work and duties, basically career, you know, and on friendships. So 2 very positive houses. And also 11th house is the gains and the results of your work that you're doing. So you're working, which is the 10th house, you're doing some career because the Sun and Mercury is there. And the 11th house is you're getting recognition for this already. Or at least you're getting a pat on the, you know, shoulder and saying, well done, or even you're patting yourself on the shoulder. So quite good month. If there is something that is too stressful, maybe it's not because your Sun or Ascendant is in Taurus, maybe because your Moon is in Sagittarius, where there is a lot more turbulence. Or maybe, you know, you have another planet somewhere. Check just the Ascendant and the Moon, and there might be a bit more stressful energies there. So thank you.